Hello all, this is Val, and I have something different for you now. Uh, I will show you a little bit of the new Chinese Tier 7 light tank, the WZ-131, and I will just call it 131 from now on because that's easier to say. Uh, this some guys call this a mini type, and well, here you can see why. That's the type. That's the 131. That's the type, and that's the 131. They look quite the same. Let's take a look at the research screen first. Um, when you first unlock this tank, you will only have the... No, wait, actually... Oh, yes, you will have this from the 5916. But everything else you need to unlock. And what do you want to go for first? This gun. Absolutely. This gun as fast as you can. I actually used a little bit of free XP to get this gun right away, because this gun is the same as in the 5916, and I don't like this gun at all because of the penetration. It's just awful, so awful. At least get this gun, if nothing else, just this gun. With this you can actually penetrate something, and if you use gold ammo, it's quite okay actually. Because for this gun you will need to get the turret, and then it's 15,000 EXP to get this gun. But after you get this, it gets a lot easier. It's more penetration, more damage, better accuracy, and the same aiming time. And really, after you get these guns, you can choose between these guns. But I will talk that after I take a look at the other modules first. Engine. After you get this gun, go for the engine, because even though it's a 90 horsepower difference between the engines, but I found out that's actually quite a lot in this tank. When you use this engine, it feels like a medium tank. When you get this engine, it feels like a light tank. And then go for this gun, and then for the tracks, because if you want to use this gun, it's 500 kilos heavier than this gun, and for that you need the tracks. You can get this gun, the engine, the radio, and modules without getting the tracks. And I mean, you can get equipment on this tank without getting the tracks first. And let's take a look at these guns, because well, basically this is the top gun, but you can use either of these, which one you like more, because there's some differences between them. Well, this is the 85mm and this is the 100mm. The 85mm has higher rate of fire. It has 10.5, while the 100mm has only 6.45. 85 has 159 penetration. This one has 181, which is useful when you are battling against higher tier tanks. And this one has 200 damage. This one has 250 damage. But are the reasons why you might not want to get the 100mm, because 85mm has better accuracy, and better aiming time. And when you combine those two, this is a lot more accurate gun. When you want to aim, sometimes you because this feels like a light tank gun. You can shoot on the move, and it doesn't matter if you miss really because reload time is only about 5 seconds. Well, 5.5 I think it was. And if you want to stop to aim, you don't have to aim for it too long, and uh, it's accurate enough to shoot from a little bit longer distance, and has enough penetration to uh, actually penetrate something. And the gold arm has really good penetration, which is nice when you just pop up and shoot an E75 in its lower plate, and it penetrates. It's quite nice to do. But when you use the 100mm, what I find it's more of a hit and run tank. Then you use your speed to get close and aim at the spot that you know that you can penetrate, and the penetration is quite good. And then you do that 250 damage and get away, or get to cover and wait until he's not looking again, and then pop up and shoot. So it's this tank actually plays a lot like a very fast medium tank, for me at least. And it's just which playstyle you prefer. I'm having fun with both of the guns. I just had well, I think 5 matches with the 100mm now, but I'm enjoying it. I thought it would be a lot worse with the accuracy and the aiming time, but the thing is, it's uh, okay accurate on the move when you can gun lane drive. You can shoot from 100 meters and hit easily. And well, another reason why some say that this is mini type, take a look at these guns. Do you see anything similar between them? Because you should see. They are almost exactly the same gun. The one on the WZ-131 has just a little bit slower rate of fire, but otherwise they are the same. Even if you look at the names, gun 100mm 59/100T, gun 100mm type 59. They are the same gun. And what I fitted equipment on the 131, because well, you can play and set up this as a scout and get the binos, coated optics and camouflage net, but I like to play it as a medium tank, fast medium tank, support role more. So what I have fitted is the vertical stabilizer and enhanced gun lane drive, which works really well, I have to say. And well, right now I have binos, because originally I thought I will use the 85mm just on this gun, which really doesn't need the medium caliber tank gun armor, because it fires fast enough. So I fitted binos, so I can do some passive spotting sometimes, which has worked out pretty well actually. But if I keep using the 100mm, I might switch for tank gun armor. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking. And of course you can always take ventilation, which will help with well, everything. It will be a little bit nimbler and reload a little bit faster, aim a little bit faster, but for me it's a really small difference, and I prefer to get the gun lane drive and vertical stabilization binos instead, because I do have well, yeah, let's talk about screw now, because this is my old Type 59 crew. I got them on this tank just because the commander has 6 sense, which I want in a light tank. I need it. And well, but some of the skills and perks are not really fitted for a light tank. Repairs, you could switch for camouflage, but I've actually found those useful sometimes. I don't have to use repair kit always on the tracks. Mentor, well, that you could switch for something else. Snapshot, I like it on this tank. And off-road driving, oh yes, that's really good for a light tank. And smooth ride, again, it's a support tank, so that's with snapshot, smooth ride, and vertical stabilizer. Because if you take a look at where was it? I think it was from the skills itself that it says. The skill is more effective when. Okay, wrong one. The skill is more effective when combined with vertical stabilizer, and same goes for the snapshot. So that's why I use them also. Safe storage. Actually, I didn't think of this before, but it is useful for this tank. I get ammo-racked quite often, even with safe storage. The first match was actually first hit I took damaged my ammo-rack. I repaired it. Second shot, ammo-rack exploded. So that wasn't really a good start. Situational awareness is of course good. Armor. I wanted to try out this skill to find out if it's any useful, but I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna switch that also to something else later on. And of course, consumables. Small repair kit, small first aid kit, and manual fire extinguisher. That's what I have on my every tank. And I always carry few gold shells with me when there's something I can't penetrate and I need to kill it or damage it, but usually I don't use them really. So that was that was supposed to be a quick look, but it was a little bit longer than I thought. And I will have some videos of this because I know a lot of you guys are interested in it. So I will see you in the replay commentaries then.